Hello YouTubers, my name is David Fields and you're watching Field Skills. Today's video is going to be the first in several videos that are going to deal with what is commonly referred to as urban survival. It's the idea of survival situations that may affect us in civilization as opposed to wilderness survival, which this channel has been dedicated to. So, what is urban survival? Well, it's any adverse event or unusual circumstance that keeps us from safety, from protection, from getting home. Now, when we think of those, there are three general causes of these events or these circumstances. One cause is nature. Mother Nature causes it. Us to be in a survival situation. There are societal events or circumstances where human caused the condition that puts us in the survival situation. And then there are mechanical events or circumstances that would cause us to be out. But let's think about those three and some of the causes. Back in August 2005, winds blew in out of the Gulf of Mexico along South Alabama, Mississippi, where I live, in Louisiana, and they called those winds Katrina. And you all may be very aware of those, what happened back in '05, but that caused for many people a survival situation, an adverse event for them. Back in January of 2014, in Atlanta, Georgia, in northern Georgia, an ice storm blew in, stranding people on the freeways and interstates around Atlanta overnight, putting them in an unusual, an adverse situation there, and did not allow them to get to protection, to safety, to get home that night. That same year, in February, that storm front, that winter storm went through the Boston, New England areas, New York, up through there, and caused a lot of problems for people. So natural events can happen. Mother Nature can take her effect on us. Societal events. August of 2014 in Ferguson, Missouri, they tried to burn the town down, rioting, looting. Those were events. People in that area found themselves in adverse situations through there. In April of this year, 2016, in Baltimore, Maryland, same thing, rioting. Situations, unusual events cause people to have to change their situation to find safety and all because of what men were doing to cause those things. And then thirdly, I mentioned there are mechanical events or circumstances that happen. Train derailments. Here in my local town, we have a major north-south railroad running through it. Every day, 4 or 5 trains running north and south through there come through and carrying tanker cars and no telling what all kind of chemicals are going right through the middle of our little town here. A derailment there would be a mechanical event that would cause a very adverse situation for those in town, in the area. We're less than 100 miles from a nuclear power plant. A societal event, man-made, a bomb over there, or just a meltdown of that power plant could put us right here in a mechanical, a bad, adverse situation. Now, our core needs are the same, whether we're in an urban environment or a wilderness environment when these unusual or adverse events happen to us. And we need to be able to meet those core needs. But whether we're in an urban or a wilderness event may require a different knowledge set, different skills, and different resources for us depending on where we are. And that's what these videos are going to talk about, are that knowledge, the skills, the resources, the triangle of survivability we need for that urban environment. Now, what is that? Just a refresher, the triangle of survivability I mentioned. Well, it's knowledge. It's knowing what to do when that event happens. It's skills, number 2. It's knowing how to do what you need to do or when those events happen. And thirdly, it's resources, having what you need to do when those events happen in our lives. So it's the knowledge, the skills, and the resources, putting those together. So, what are our core needs? As a reminder, well, 4 simple things. Number 1, first core need is our health and safety. Making sure we are physically okay in that situation, that we're not injured, hurt, we're not in danger in any way. Making sure that's first and foremost is core need number 1. Second core need, controlling our body's core temperature. And that is also that we're going to be physically okay. If we're out in the elements, can we keep our bodies warm and not allow hypothermia to set in? Or is it during the summer in South Mississippi when it's 100+ degrees at times and we're out in that environment? Is it getting overheated? Hyperthermia at that case. But it's being able to control our body's temperature and regulate that so that we can perform the skills and the physical requirements that may be needed for us to get out of the situation we're in. Thirdly is sustenance, hydration and food, energy. Is having it. If we're going to be out more than 3 hours and all, can we get water, hydration that our body needs? If we're out longer, do we need some energy, food, to be able to perform what we need to do physically out there? So core need 1, health and safety. Core body temperature number 2. Sustenance for our physical selves number 3. And fourthly is rescue and communication. We're in one of these adverse events. Can we communicate to get help, or can we navigate or get ourselves out of that to a safe location? And what knowledge, skills, and resources do we need to do that? So that's what we're going to talk about, as those things that we need to get us out of those adverse events. Meeting our core needs requires preparation. It requires certain knowledge, skills, and resources that we've talked about. And what this whole series of videos is going to talk about is our situational preparedness or situational planning that we have for these events that we've talked about or in an urban survival setting. And there's 3 main areas I want us to think about. Number 1 is a get-home plan. Preparing to get home when we're hindered from that because of the event that has affected us out there. It's getting home, getting to safety, back to family. Secondly is staying home. The Katrina is a perfect example of that. Staying home because the power was out, but just being able to wait out that situation, that event, till everything gets back to normal. So preparing and planning to be able to stay home. Thirdly is leave home planning. Preparing in the event it's not safe at home anymore and we've got to leave. We've got to bug out and go somewhere. What is your plan for that? Where are you going to go? Do you have a bug out location or family or a safe location somewhere to get away to protect you and your family? So situational preparation is what we're really going to be talking about in this series of videos. In the next video, we're going to talk about a get-home bag, specifically my get-home bag, to allow the resources I keep with me in my truck at all times to get home in the event I'm unable to get home easily in an adverse or unusual circumstance. I like to end all my videos with a quote. And usually I use a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, but this time I want to use a quote from Benjamin Franklin, where Franklin said, "By failing to prepare, you are prepared to fail." And use that in relation to this urban survival series of videos, this urban preparation for those bad events happening in our lives. I ask you to tune in next time, subscribe, like, comment on the videos. But my name is David Fields, and you've been watching Field Skills.